Hello, everyone. Today, I'm Riley, and today I'll be going over barriers to entry for this week's video discussion. And I'd like to first go over the formal definition. So essentially, a barrier to entry are any legal, financial, or technological obstacles that make it difficult for new firms to enter an industry that is typically already established with a few large players or a single player that controls a significant portion of the market. All right, so an informal way to think about this is think of it as maybe a game, for example, where there's a few big teams that are already playing, and it's surrounded by a tall fence that keeps all these new players out or these new teams out. That fence can be built from different materials. So the materials would be the legal, financial, and technological obstacles from the formal definition, right? So some industries require billions in capital to enter, making it hard for small companies or small players to enter, right? So that can take the form of technology, expertise, or even the government itself, which can provide difficult regulatory pathways that you must go through in order to enter the market, right? So whatever these barriers are, the effect is still the same. You're keeping these smaller startup companies or these smaller players outside of this market. And so one example that I like to think about, because this is something I'm really interested in, is the pharmaceutical industry, right? So starting a company to sell a new drug, you will often face a lot of hurdles, right? So you have to get an FDA approval. So that's your government hurdle, right? And then oftentimes you have to invest a lot of money into clinical trials and into research and development, which can cost millions and millions of dollars upfront, right, to be able to compete in this market. So those would be your barriers of entry. And the way that I would like to show this on a graph kind of is this is your market, right? So this is where your market lies. This is kind of where you or another company would start, right? So this right here, this difference between the entrance point here and where you are, is the difference here is your barrier to entry. So it's kind of represented by a wall. So yeah, that's how I would explain barriers to entry. So thank you.